The name's Franklin Marshall.
Hi, I'm Olivia Dalladar.
Hi, my name is Sean Savage.
Hi, my name's Alf Eden.
Again?
Hi, my name's Alf Eden.
Again?
Hi, my name's Alf Eden. So confused.
Hi, I'm Neve Mayhew.
Hello, my name's Danny Cunningham. I'm actually disappointed in you. So disappointed. Like, I've seen some dodgy lunches and that there.
That is...
Oh,
I already suffer with depression. Why are you doing this to
yeah,
me?
I know. Fucking terrible.
Oh, you're recording.
Hey, how are we?
Look at that despicable abomination.
Yeah, boy, gonna get gainy.
And milk. How old is he?
Okay. When I was 16 years old, I was sexually assaulted by a fellow student that I went to high school with.
A main thing that has remained persistent throughout my life, I was born with Asperger's syndrome, a neurological genetic mutation essentially.
I was born at 24 weeks, weighing 1 pound 11 ounces. I am the only surviving triplet. My family unfortunately took both of my brothers, one at 10 days, one at 10 months, within the first year.
There's been a series of sexual assault throughout my life, which started with my father touching me inappropriately when I was a child.
I guess one of the most traumatic things growing up is probably having like an alcoholic father. Throughout my life, my family and pretty much my entire childhood was revolved around like drugs and alcohol.
Well, I guess you could say that psychosis was the worst thing that happened to me, but is also the best thing that's ever happened to me.
I was put in a place where I wanted to relate to others. I struggled a lot with that, mainly because of Asperger's, so I put myself into severely compromising situations. I got myself into a situation with an 18-year-old girl who sadly took advantage of it, got me drunk, and forced herself on me.
And then when I was 14, I was actually fully assaulted, raped by an older man. And that was a massive trigger in my life. That's what really set things off.
And on the freeway, I got stuck in traffic and I had a full-on meltdown on the freeway. And I called my mom and I told her everything that had happened and, how it was this person that I had known and had kind of cultivated a friendship with to this point.
It's hard for me to say, but basically when you're going through psychosis, you can't tell the difference between what's real and what's not real.
My family were told that I may never talk, I may never eat on my own, I may never live independently, I may never go to university, I may never hear.
It's quite a hard thing for a very young child to go through, especially when it's not just one parent, but it was both parents, and obviously the fact that they're both divorced, but they're both doing the same stuff. So if I went and saw one parent, it would be the exact same as going to see another parent, and it was basically just like an endless cycle of negativity.
This kind of concluded with me forcing myself out of my own family home, essentially making me homeless for a small amount of time. I was extremely suicidal. I made 3 attempts on my own life. And one of the main ones, I was standing on the top of the building, and if it wasn't for 2 of my close friends, I wouldn't be here today. Very glad that I am now, but back then it was very rough.
I spent copious amounts of time in therapy, medicating, and, you know, I had pretended it didn't happen and went about my life. I started drinking a lot more. I started partying a lot more, just making really poor life decisions that in the moment felt like I was taking control over something that had been taken away from me. But looking back on it, it was just a traumatized 16-year-old trying to find, you know, some control in her life after the worst thing that could happen to her at the time was that. And now it's very difficult for me to cultivate very deep friendships with people because everyone in my life at that point had failed me.
The hardest part of having to sort of get that sort of emotional connection from other people, it's always in the back of your head, like, why can't you have this relationship with your own family? Like, why is it so hard to have a relationship with your own parents, but yet it's so easy to have this relationship with someone who's not even biologically your family, if that makes sense?
And that's why I kept quiet for so long, because I just didn't think that I'd be helped. And it took me a while to speak up in general, because I just always had this mentality drilled into me that I had to shrug it off. I had to smile, I had to make myself happy. Until eventually I just had enough of it. And it's why I'm so open and honest nowadays with my past and my trauma and what's going on with me currently. I just try to be so open with it, because by me being open, it could easily help another person who was like me. It could help them speak up. Because I waited far too long and I left it far too late.
I had to find myself again. I had to find myself in a way that wasn't harmful to myself, because I wanted to live. I didn't want this thing, I didn't want to end it all, and I didn't want that to be the ending point of my story at all.
It got so bad, it got to the point where I said, you know what, if something doesn't change, I'm going to kill myself. But thank, you know, I thank the people around me. I thank my dad the most, and myself for not giving up.
I've always been someone that's going to go out of my comfort zone no matter what. Even if it takes me twice as long, I'll do it. I think it's just, you have to find your own ways of adapting to it and how you accept it, and it's about accepting that actually, okay, you may have a disability, but that doesn't define who you are.
Actually in a much better place these days, and it is because eventually I spoke up and I realised that people did care and that people did help me. And I'm so grateful because I have a great network of people around me. I have family back at home, and I also have a family here at St Mary's, all around me, who are there to help me. And I can't thank the student services and the wellbeing service enough for everything that they've done for me. They've been there for me whenever I need anything for support.
But again, coming to university, it really put me in the mindset of I can do better and I can progress, and living that lifestyle and growing up in the lifestyle I did and doing the stuff that I did. University really put me into the perspective that I could really do better with my life. And like I said, the past 2 years have probably been the most amazing 2 years of my life.
and you know, this university has been a great help as well. Because I was talking to student support with a mental health advisor, and then I joined the fishing society, and I made some friends. I haven't had any friends in years, about 4 years. So and that's why I think that this, you know, psychosis episode was probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, because it's the way my life has turned around now. It's so much better than ever before.
That will forever be a piece of my story and be a piece of my life, but it's not something that I think controls too much of it anymore, because I've surrounded myself with so many fantastic people. Yeah.
Okay, we actually can do something with our life, we can make something out of it, and it's about having the support of your family around you as well, and your friends. Never in a million years did I think I would come to St Mary's. St Mary's has transformed me as an individual, but made me a lot more independent. Not just mentally, but physically. I've always dreamt of wanting to be myself and wanting to live my own life, and actually I think now I'm doing that. I'm proving experts wrong. I'm proving doctors wrong.
I now work alongside university. I have an amazing job. I have an amazing circle of friends. I've met some wonderful people at university. And at this point in my life, even though, again, as I said, the depression and stuff never fully goes away, I couldn't be happier. This is probably one of the best times of my life, and I'm so glad that I decided to carry on. I really don't know what to say, really. There's a lot more I could, but yeah, it's, at the end of the day, you kind of just got to keep moving. So yeah.